Changes in equilibrium is the topic for discussion today, and we will consider the market for Honda Civic cars, how changes in demand and supply of Honda Civic cars will affect its market in a way that how its price will change and quantity traded will change. So we will see each and every situation one by one, and there are 8 situations in total. And number 1 situation is rise in demand for Honda Civic car. As a basic principle of demand and supply, you must keep in mind that rise in demand shifts demand curve to the right, and we will consider this point while making graph. So draw axis, label quantity on X, origin point, and then price on Y. Now draw negatively sloped demand curve, positively sloped supply curve, label equilibrium as E, where price is P and quantity is Q. Now coming to the point that is rise in demand for Honda Civic car. Rise in demand for cars will shift demand curve to the right to D1, and new equilibrium will take place at E1, where quantity traded for Honda Civic cars is Q1 and price is P1. So in this situation we can clearly see that whenever there is rise in demand for Honda Civic car, its price will rise and quantity traded will also rise. So this situation has resulted in increase in price as well as increase in quantity. But there might be a point in your mind that why demand for Honda Civic cars may rise. There are certain factors like increase in income of consumers, increase in fashion or taste for Honda Civic cars, or there might be low interest rate, so consumers can get loans and purchase cars easily. Second situation is fall in demand. We will repeat the same process, draw demand curve, supply curve, label equilibrium as E, where price is P and quantity is Q. Now if there is fall in demand for Honda Civic cars, the demand for Honda Civic will shift to the left to D1, and new equilibrium will take place at E1, where price will fall to P1 and quantity traded will fall to Q1. So in this situation, whenever the demand for Honda Civic cars is low, the price will fall and quantity will also fall. So the reasons for fall in demand for Honda Civic cars or any other product can be fall in income of consumers, fall in taste and fashion for a product, rise in interest rate, or there might be expectation of that product is expected to be cheaper in future, so people will stop buying them and wait for the future for its price to fall. The next situation is rise in supply. Again we will follow the same process, label quantity on X, price on Y, draw demand and supply curves, label E to show equilibrium, where equilibrium price is P and quantity is Q. Now rise in supply, as a basic principle of demand and supply, will shift supply curve to the right, and new supply curve is now S1, and equilibrium will move to E1, where we can see that quantity has increased to Q1 but price fell to P1. Okay, now the price for Honda Civic car will fall but quantity traded will rise. So why supply of Honda Civic car may rise? There might be the certain reasons, including low cost of production, provision of subsidy by the government to Honda Civic industry. And the next situation is fall in supply. To show the changes in market for Honda Civic due to fall in supply, we will have to repeat the same process, draw demand curve and supply curve, label equilibrium as E, where price is P and quantity is Q. Now fall in supply, as a basic principle of demand and supply, shift supply curve to the left to S1, so new equilibrium is E1, where price is P1 and quantity traded is Q1. In this situation, we can see that price increased but overall quantity traded decreased. Reasons for decrease in supply can be increase in indirect taxes by the government or removal of subsidy. Similarly, rise in cost of production may also lead to fall in supply of Honda Civic cars. And the next situation is rise in demand and supply both. Repeat the same process. We need initial equilibrium, and for initial equilibrium we need to draw demand and supply curves where equilibrium is at point E. We can see equilibrium price is P, equilibrium quantity is Q. So rise in demand as a basic principle shifts demand curve to the right and supply curve to the right as well. It's really simple if you remember that increase in demand and supply shifts them to the right, instead of remembering that they will shift outward or inward or the terms like that. Those are really difficult to remember, but if you remember that rise in demand or supply will shift demand and supply to the right, and fall shifts both of them to the left. So in this situation, quantity has increased because new equilibrium is at E1 but price is uncertain. So reasons for increase in demand are same, we have already discussed, and the reasons for increase in supply are also same, we have already discussed in previous situation. Demand may rise due to rise in income and supply may rise due to lower cost of production. Next is fall in demand and supply both. Again, we will repeat the same process, label quantity on X, price on Y, and draw demand curve which is negatively sloped, supply curve which is positively sloped, draw equilibrium point, then find equilibrium price, and then equilibrium quantity. Now coming to the next point, fall in demand shifts demand curve to the left as a basic principle, and new demand curve will be D1. And similarly, we will have to draw supply curve to the left hand side of the initial supply curve. So new supply curve will be S1. Equilibrium takes place at E1 where quantity will fall to Q1 but price is almost same. So in this situation, we can see that quantity is definitely decreasing, but price is uncertain. The term uncertain mean it may remain the same, exactly same, or it may change a little bit. It may rise or fall depending upon how much demand and supply both are shifting to the left. Okay, reasons for fall in supply are same, like increase in cost of production, increase in indirect taxes, and fall in demand. Reasons for fall in demand can be fall in income of consumers, rise in interest rate, or fall in population, etc. Then next situation is rise in demand and fall in supply. Okay, again repeat the same process. One thing is really common in all these graphs, that we have to draw initial equilibrium point by drawing initial demand and supply curve. So initial equilibrium is at point E where equilibrium price for Honda Civic car is P and quantity is Q. Now rise in demand as a basic principle shifts demand curve to the right, and so we will have to draw demand curve to the right hand side of initial demand curve. So new demand curve is D1. Next is fall in supply as a basic principle. Fall in supply shifts supply curve to the left, so new supply curve will be S1, and new equilibrium will take place at point where new demand and supply curves, the green lines, intersect each other at point E1. Now the price of cars has increased to P1 and quantity is almost same, and we can say that quantity is uncertain. So price increased but quantity is uncertain. The term uncertain, again I would be reinforcing it. Uncertain mean it may remain the same, exactly same, or it may rise or fall a little bit due depending upon the changes in demand and supply. The last situation is fall in demand and rise in supply. Again, repeat the same process. Draw axis, label quantity, price, draw demand curve, supply curve. Initially, equilibrium is at point E where price is P, and quantity traded mean the quantity which is bought and sold in the market is Q. We cannot call it quantity demand or just quantity supply because it is quantity demand as well as quantity supplied, so we can call it quantity traded. Now fall in demand will shift demand curve to the left. New demand curve is D1 and supply curve will shift to the right due to increase in supply. New supply curve is S1 and new equilibrium price is P1 and equilibrium quantity is almost same and new equilibrium point is E1. So from this graph we can see that fall in demand and rise in supply of Honda Civic car will lead to fall in its price, but quantity traded will be uncertain. If you found this video useful for you, then thumb up and subscribe.